So I got some new things recently to add to my canine first aid kit, and I figured I'd show you guys what I put in it. Wound wash, this is just a sterile spray saline. This is easier to clean wounds with because it actually has some water pressure behind it. This is a burn relief gel that has just lidocaine and aloe. We also have some instant cold compresses. These are good for sprains and strains, burns, and overheating. So just kind of an all-around good thing to have. Of course, you always want some examination gloves. This is a bag of muzzles in different sizes that I got for like 10 bucks from Amazon. I'll link it. The biggest size is bigger than Balto would need, and the smallest size is smaller than my puppy would need. So quite a range in the variety of sizes here. I went through and labeled them 1 through 7 with a Sharpie, so that way they're easily distinguishable and they're in this Ziploc bag for convenience. Always a good thing to have on hand when you're dealing with a potentially painful dog that may or may not snap at you. This is hydrogen peroxide. I would normally use this to induce vomiting. This is not considered best practice anymore because it can damage the throat and the esophagus. However, if you are very rural like I am, a lot of vets will say that it's better to induce vomiting than to wait if you can't get to a vet in a reasonable amount of time. This is something you should always call your vet about administering though. So this is a little tiny pair of tweezers in a bag, always good for like removing thorns and splinters from paws. These are medical scissors. They have a little guard on the end here, so you can use them right up against the skin without them cutting through skin. It's good for removing collars in emergencies, or cutting off a harness, or cutting off bandages to change them, whatever you need to do. Some off-brand Benadryl and some Pepto-Bismol. Always call your vet for administration directions and dosages. Benadryl is good for any sort of allergic reaction or reaction to bug bites or something in the environment. And this is good if you have some really bad diarrhea that you just can't get under control. In the bleeding kit here in the front pouch, I have some Bleed Stop. This is a powder that you can pour directly onto a wound and then pack it with gauze, and that will stop bleeding a lot faster than if you were to just apply pressure. I've used this on myself before, so I can testify that it works, and it doesn't sting like some products do. This is potentially the most life-saving item I have in my bag. This is a canine tourniquet. There's only one brand of these that I would recommend buying that's even worth your money. I will link it in my Amazon. I might make a different video showing you guys how to use this, or you should probably take a first aid course to learn how to use this, because it's not useful if you don't know what you're doing with it. This is Quick Stop. It's just a little powder. You can pour a little bit into the cap and then dip the dog's nails in it that you quicked potentially, and then hold your thumb on it for like 30 seconds. It'll stop the bleeding like right away. If you've ever quicked a dog, you know how hard it is to stop the bleeding. This will do it. Looks like I need some more vet wrap, but I would usually keep vet wrap in here in case I need to hold on some bandages. Also some good old triple antibiotic, and usually I have a hydrocortisone as well. This side pocket here is just full of all sorts of bandages and gauze pads of all different sizes, as well as some surgical tape and gauze rolls, any sort of packing you might need. And one thing I'm looking at adding to my kit here is some activated charcoal, whether that be in gel form or in powder form, I'm not sure yet. The thing about liquids is that if you're taking these out onto cold winter trails, all of your liquids are going to freeze. And so I will actually leave all of my liquid stuff at home when I bring this bag out on the trails. But if I need to bring them, I would pack these with heat packs to keep them from freezing. But you do have a limited amount of time before they freeze. But yeah, that's what I have in my pack so far.